So, I have a new boyfriend. And I'm sure you're curious, like, how did I tell this individual that I have herpes? Well, one night, I just said, hey, before this goes any further, just gotta let you know that your girl's got the herpes. All right, so I didn't exactly say it like that, but obviously I informed him before being intimate with him, and then we had a conversation around it. And the conversation went really, really well, and he was more than happy to be like, you know what, this isn't gonna stop me from exploring things with you, and all of those amazing things. So just your reminder that you have to put yourself out there, even if it's scary, even if you're wondering what's gonna happen, what are they gonna say, what are they gonna think. If you don't put yourself out there, you'll never know. So put yourself out there, boo, and know that you are gonna get whatever you're meant to get out of the experience.
And this is exactly why I always tell you guys, the number one question you have to ask any girl you date these days, right? Which I hear no other dating coach, no other pickup artist, no other person in the manosphere talking about, right? But I'm telling you, as a professional pickup artist, the number one question you have to ask these girls, get it out of the way as quickly as possible, is do you have an STD? Okay? And if she has an STD, you're out of there. You don't need to waste time on her. You don't need to buy her anything. You don't need to, invest any more of your time in her. It's done. Right? And this is why I try to get that question out of the way as quickly as possible. Some girls would get offended, but I'm like, hey, I just have to ask. It's a fair question, right? I don't mind if she asks me, right? And you should ask every single girl that these days, especially with so many of these 304s running around out there, so many of these defective women and coming out of their stupid situationships and, riding the carousel and all this. You need to know. Don't just hop in the sack with her. Don't just, get involved with her without asking, right? The sooner you ask, the better. I mean, obviously you want to be a little tact about it, right? You don't just want to blurt it out like, hey, you got any STDs? Right? You might even want to be a little humorous about it, or you might want to tell like a friend's story about it, like, oh yeah, my buddy met this girl, man, and turned out she has an STD, so he had to call it off. Have you ever had an STD? Then you could just bring it up kind of just under the radar like that. I mean, usually that's how I do it, right? I just try to bring it on a little more softly. I don't do like a hard landing. I'm just kind of like, I just bring it up in passing. And so even then the girl would be like, whoa, why you ask me that? I'm like, it's a fair question. I just like to ask, right? Also, I always like to ask too if the girl's ever been pregnant, because I don't date single moms. But I do like to ask, like, have you ever been pregnant? And if the chick is extremely fertile or anything like that, I'd like to know these things. So usually that's when it gets brought up, like, oh, okay, since we're already talking about that, have you ever had an STD? And most girls are honest. Like I said, most girls will always, for the most part, be honest with you and tell you the truth. That's what I found. Most of them won't lie to you. I've only had one that tried to withhold it until I kept pressing, because she did not want to mess things up. And so this is why you gotta ask, fellas. You gotta ask, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you basically have herpes now, and essentially, as Eddie Murphy once said, you'll be carrying around luggage. It's like carrying luggage that doesn't leave you. So this chick told her boyfriend, the one that we just watched, and it doesn't sound like he had it, and he just went ahead and took the risk, and he's having sex with her. Now he probably has it, and it's just, I mean, it's sad that this dude did not value himself enough. He's living in such scarcity where he decided to just stay with her and go the distance and not just take off. I mean, because I'd be out of there, and I'd advise any of my students, like, no, dude, gotta get out of there, all right? Unless you have the same exact symptoms or same exact STD that she has. Some guess, right? If you don't, then don't date her. Value yourself. Value your health. Okay? Stop living in such scarcity and live in abundance, so you don't have to deal with these crazy situations from chicks like this who, were riding around in the carousel and picked up an STD from some Chad. Okay, I don't want you to have to deal with that stuff. I want you to be safe, and I want you to protect yourself. And it's so cute when he looks over. And I want you to protect yourself, right? I don't want you to get involved in these situations with these chicks, and I definitely don't want you to waste your time. So that is the question I want you to ask these girls right away. Once you meet her and you feel like it's starting to go somewhere, fire that question off. Go, hey, have you ever had an STD? Because the sooner you find out, the better off you are, right? And I've come across a few girls like that where put in a lot of game, man, worked them hard, it got to the point where we're already out on a date, and then I fired it off, and then she told me, and I'm like, I just wasted my time gaming you and then taking you out on this date. I could have found out before all this. All right, that's why I ask right away now, before we even meet for coffee. Hey, have you ever had an STD? While we're talking on the phone. Oh yeah, by the way, I wanted to ask you something. Right? Before this goes any further, I want to know. And it's as simple as that. So protect yourself out there, gentlemen. And as always, drop your comments below. Let me know if you've ever dated a woman with an STD and what happened with that. Share your story below. I would love to read it. I would love to see you guys in my comments. And obviously, it helps the tribe. So drop those comments below. I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here from my garage with the DeLorean. And don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well, so it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and my students all over the world are out there cold approaching every single day. And I kid you not, every single day we're making things happen. And I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. It's just $1. It's really easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.